Effective leadership and communication and conversation, especially in the sales context, is key if you want to be a high-level producer. Now more than ever, with the introduction of AI, technology, and many other things, people have gotten farther away from understanding even the basics in proper communication and sales, right? And we've gone so far to the digital era and automating everything that all these things have become an art form and they're missing. And I know many of you watching this video can benefit from it tremendously. If you want to sell at the highest levels, like pay attention here. If you really want to sell at the highest levels, you have to effectively lead people. When somebody needs a product or service, and then they reach out or they're open to a conversation with you about it, they're already exploring the possibility of wanting it and needing it. They don't want to have to fight or claw or figure it out. They want you to make it as simple as possible for them to buy or get to the point where they can make that decision for themselves. And part of that is effective leadership. And today we're going to go over 4 concepts that are simple and advanced at the same time that will help you with this. Because if you can navigate people through the whole process and this conversation and everything, you're going to reach more people and you're going to get them to the end more often, which is going to equal more satisfaction for them, more buying for them and getting what they need, and more sales for you. Okay, so number 1, compliance tests. Compliance tests are fantastic and they're required. What they are little things that you can do in order to gauge where people are at, build more rapport, and keep them moving in the direction that you want them to move. What's a compliance test? Hey, hold this for a second. And I give somebody a drink or I ask them to hold something. If they hold it, not only have I locked them in place physically, right? But it also signals that we're comfortable enough for somebody to hold something for me, right? All of you who have been around for a while, this is an old school sales technique, but it's more subliminal and subconscious. If you've ever been to a place like Venice Beach in California, where you go and there's a bunch of people selling stuff and a bunch of people walking around, hey, let me show you this, let me pitch my CD to you, blah, blah, blah. What's the first thing that they would do? And this is just beautiful in regards to sales and communication. They would approach you and talk to you. And while they did that, they handed you the item. So they occupied your conscious mind with the talk, and then subconsciously, they were looking to see if you would mirror them, right? Because they would hand it to you and you would just grab it without even thinking. That's because they occupied your conscious mind, right? But by doing that, you even realize that you're like, oh man, he locked me in place, right? And now you're talking to him, even if maybe you don't want to, but that was a smooth move. Now, again, I'm not promoting that we do anything wrong or anything mischievous or anything that's like super hardcore manipulation. At the end of the day, the word manipulation, you need to get it out of your head. Why? Manipulate means to move and change. There's nothing bad about it, right? Now, if I do explicit, right, with bad intention manipulation, then that's bad. But the word manipulation isn't bad. Like if I manipulate a piece of paper, I can turn it into an animal, right? Like there's nothing bad about that, all right? So that's what a compliance test is. Hey, are you available this weekend? Yes, that's a compliance test. If people agree and basically move forward with you, these are little things that you can throw. Hey, it sounds like you're ready for the next step. Yes, that's a compliance test, right? So all these things are tests that you can do in your interaction, whether physical, right, or conversational, that allow you to not only gauge where they're at, it hooks them in more to whichever direction you want to take them, but it also builds more rapport, which is key. And these are explicitly important, right? And you have to be able to do these systematically to know where you're at. I do compliance tests all the time to further our level of rapport, but also simultaneously gauge, okay, where am I at with this person? If they willingly do all the compliance tests, then we're in a good place. If they resist a lot, then I know I need to build more rapport, okay? Number 2, full attention. I need their full attention. When I do videos like this, it requires your full attention. No jump cuts, no editing, no nothing. So what do we need to do? We need to utilize particular techniques. So when I present to people and I'm talking to them, I use a lot of tie downs. That makes sense, right? Right. Are we on the same page? Yes. Are you following me? Uh-huh. Is that clear to you? Can you picture what I'm saying? Can you get a grasp on the concept? Now we're using different modalities, right? Audio, visual, and kinesthetic. Those are tie downs. That's a way for me to hold your attention. Hey, the person watching this video, what does this say? And then I make you say it. That's to hold your attention, right? Pattern interrupts. Hey, that's to keep your attention. These are all things that you need to be able to do in a conversation and in sales. Most of the time, all you need to do is require participation. That's the easiest thing. What do we do as salespeople and communicators that's wrong? We blah, 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 and we don't engage the consumer. You've heard the 80-20 rule. You should be talking 20% of the time and they should be talking 80% of the time, right? Now, who knows if that science is correct, but you have to understand the concept behind that. You want them talking and engaging. This is what holds their attention. The other part is so many of you are boring with the capital B-O-R-I-N-G. You have to be able to entertain people, and it's not being a clown and no, it's being engaging. Hey, does that make sense to you? Oh my God, really? Oh, I can't believe that happened to you, man. When did that start? How did you respond when you heard the news? That's crazy, right? You got to get into it, dude. You guys are excited? Oh man, so am I. You know why? Because the moment that you get this thing, everything's gonna change for you. Are you ready for that? Let's do it. That's also gonna hold their attention. You know how many times I've heard that from people? Dude, working with you was awesome because just being around you and your energy is amazing. I'll take that all day. That's not corny or weird. I will take that all day. People wanna work with winners. Again, it's not just about that super enthusiasm. You got to meet them where they're at. If I'm dealing with somebody who's upset or feeling down, I have to be able to mirror that and get on their level. Yeah, man, I understand. This can be really frustrating. Tell me more about that. Okay. So what are some things you think we need to do in order to kind of help you get out of the situation and start taking those first steps to get you to the other side? I got to be able to do whatever, that variability, but you got to hold their attention. Okay. Now, this next one, pacing and leading. Pace. We get on the same pace running. Then I start taking the lead. That's what pacing and leading is. It's getting rapport and then leading them. I have to pace you before I can lead you. I need to get on your same conversational wavelength, and I need to get on the same emotional wavelength as you. Those are the easiest ways to pace. That's where we go wrong as communicators and as salespeople. You don't pace them emotionally. They're upset and then you're excited. Doesn't work. And then conversationally, you guys are too rigid following your scripts in perfect chronological order. They're down here and you're asking questions up here. That doesn't work. Now that one's a little bit more advanced because conceptually it's simple, but when you're in the moment and you're in the heat of the moment and your mind is going everywhere or you're nervous, it's difficult to catch these things. But think about it. I want to pace them and then lead them emotionally and conversationally. If you can do those two things, you will be a wizard when it comes to communication, okay? So again, I call somebody, they're like, who is this? What's the first thing I'm gonna do? Man, it's been one of those days, huh? Yeah, man, this is Brian. You got a second? Easy way for me to pace them right away. That's a subconscious way to hijack rapport. Conversationally is the conscious way. Emotionally is the subconscious way. You fuse the subconscious and the conscious, boom, now you really got the best of both worlds. Too many of you only focus on conscious stuff. I just need the right words in the script. Words are 7% of your communication. 7%. Yes, they're important. And those are details that I help you with and many other people can help you with. But subliminal and subconscious influence, much more important. Learn and master that, okay? Lastly, suggestions. Here's what I recommend. You need to lead. This is what experts and authorities do. Based on what you told me, this is what I recommend we do next. Cool? You know what? I have a few recommendations I can give you, Mr. Klein, a few suggestions. You open to them? Yeah? Right? You need to lead the way. Based on everything you told me, okay, that's your timeline, 90 days. Okay, this is the game plan. This is what we need to do. You need to lead. Then you can get their information, make the sale, set the appointment, do whatever it is that you need to do. But you guys have to take these positions with power and enthusiasm and absolute certainty. When you do, selling and communicating with people becomes easy. Very, very easy. But if you combine all these four, that's effective leadership when it comes to communication, sales, and doing whatever it is that you want to do dealing with people. You can apply this to leading your team. You can apply this to a sales conversation, talking with your neighbor, going to the store. Doesn't matter. We are in an era now that is the communication era. The best communicators are going to win. You guys would be surprised with what I'm doing behind the scenes and the growth that I'm having with the little views that I'm getting here and on Instagram and on TikTok and all that. It would blow you away. Why? Effective communication. People are still joining my team. I'm still growing my real estate team, my network at Real, right? I'm still getting a ton of people on my coaching program. Why? People get it. Now, if you're interested in coaching, check out the link below. I have a bunch of free stuff in the description as well, where I go over these concepts in much more detail and Obviously, if you join the coaching, it's going to be a completely different ballgame. You'll have access to all the insider stuff that I've never shared with the internet. But again, only if this is your cup of tea, right? If this stuff is a little interesting, but not that big deal for you and you're not going to implement it, then it's not for you. But if you're like, oh man, I need this stuff, then my coaching and training is definitely for you. Other than that, drop a comment, subscribe if you haven't already, share this video with a friend who you know really needs to up their communication, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.